Hi, this is Michael Orl from MobileBurn.com. Today I have with me the new Motorola Droid 3 for Verizon Wireless. It features a larger 4-inch QHD resolution touchscreen display and a new dual-core processor. It's available now for $199.99 on a 2-year contract. So here's the Droid 3 box. Motorola hasn't changed up the design much since the original Droid. Same can be said about the phone itself. It's a little bit bigger display, 5-row QWERTY keyboard now, but still very much the same look. You still have that chin down here at the bottom. The back has changed up a bit, so let's take a look at what else comes in the box. Here's the Motorola charger. Connects to a USB cable. Cable right here. Full USB on one side and micro USB on the other, of course. Books. Support information. It's a global phone, so you can see some information on how to get support when you're outside of the US. And just a small document here on some of the global roaming settings. That's it. So here's the Droid 3. I'm going to power it up here. New lock screen. It's an Android 2.3 Gingerbread device. It's got a 1 GHz dual-core TI OMOP processor and a nice large 4-inch display, and that's 540 by 960 pixels, a quarter HD, a quarter full HD I might add. The 8-megapixel camera on the back can record in full HD, 1080p. One of the major features of any Droid device is of course the keyboard, and this has an all-new layout. 5 full rows of keys, including a dedicated row of numbers that are in a different color, which makes them really easy to see. Number keys down the bottom, OK button. Everything has a really nice feel. This is probably the best Droid keyboard yet. Really nice, and you get a nice large centered display as well. So it really works out the design overall. Still have that Droid chin down at the bottom and a kind of a metallic finish. Take a look at what's on the edge of the device. You see we've got the micro USB port. You can tell it's actually been flipped around in orientation versus the earlier devices. Also micro HDMI as well. In terms of weight and size, it's a pretty heavy device. It weighs about 184 grams, 6.5 ounces roughly, and it's almost 13 millimeters thick, 12.9 millimeters, which is a little bit over, a hair over an inch, half-inch thick rather. Up on top we've got the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack and the power standby button. Right hand edge has volume control. There is no dedicated camera shutter button. And nothing much to see on the bottom. The back of course has that camera I mentioned. All new design on the back. No longer has that little plate here that moves into position to show the battery. So that's changed up quite a bit. The pry point up here, let's see if I can get this off without killing myself. There we go, and you can see it's got a 540 milliamp hour battery, and that's going to be good for about 9 hours of talk time, give or take, and about 12.5 days of standby time. And since this is a world roaming phone, it supports quad band GSM as well as 850, 1900, and 2100 megahertz UMTS, has a Vodafone SIM card for traveling overseas, 16 gig of internal storage, and a micro SD expansion card slot here. Take a quick tour around the home screen. By default we've got 5 different home screen panels. Notice the kind of cool 3D effect, like the inside of a cube almost. Also has a interesting view for choosing different screens if you're already at the center screen. You can see Brad here is having some problems with the Droid 3 camera, so we'll test that out and see how we're doing. Bunch of nice widgets for and like you see in previous Motorola devices, they're resizable, which is really cool. You can move them around and do all sorts of neat things with them. Weather widget there. This is the Universal Inbox widget, and I'll show you how the Universal Inbox works a little bit later. Neat new contacts widget here. You can just grab it and pull it down and you have access to all your favorites, which is pretty cool. And swipe up will go back. Calendar, and of course we have widgets for bookmarks as well as email accounts as well. Go into the main menu and we'll see things have changed up there as well. No longer scrolling list. its paged views of the main menu. Don't seem to be able to reorder it though, which is a bit of a shame. You do have the ability to make your own categories though. For example, I made this test category with some of the applications I want to highlight for you guys. Now any Motorola Droid device is going to be used in landscape mode quite a bit because of the keyboard, so I'll show you that the home screen and everything still works when you're in landscape mode. Everything adapts pretty well. You'll see even the layout of the widgets changed to better suit portrait versus landscape mode. And again, I want to just comment on how good this keyboard is. I'm really enjoying the fact that it has dedicated numbers highlighted in a nice different color, so it's easy to spot. And then you've got the full keyboard layout. Everything's the offset keys. It's not just in a grid. And while it doesn't have a D-pad, which like the original device had, you do have these number keys. And of course, the bigger touchscreen makes it easier just to navigate with your finger as well. You can start searching on things just by typing. Let's see, I typed Jack and I got Jack Black. Can also do automatic searches on Google, like Jack Black Movies. And if I tap on the little pencil icon there, it allows me to add more to that just by editing. Hit OK and pull up some Google search results real quickly. I'm on a Wi-Fi connection right now, but of course it supports EVDO Rev A data, no 4G LTE from Verizon Wireless though. One of my favorite new features about this device is its sleep mode. If you long press the power button, you can throw the device into a low power sleep mode just like you could with a laptop. In addition to being safe for airplanes, because all the wireless activity is turned off, you get the ability to bring it back to life rather quickly. It takes an extended press on the power button there, but in a couple of seconds you're back, as opposed to the minute or so that it could take to boot up normally. You can see we have the email widget right here, scrollable. A lot of the widgets Motorola's put on this device are scrollable. I'll tap through to this one because you can see it has formatted text support. Multi-touch zooming. Naturally works in landscape mode as well. Jump back here to the home screen. If I tap up here on the icon, it will instead take me to the inbox. Tap here to get a list of the folders that are available, but it's no easy way to jump between multiple accounts, unfortunately. This allows you to create a new message. Here's the virtual keyboard. I'm going to misspell test to see what it does. It has a suggestion there, but it's not auto-correcting by default. I'm sure you can turn on auto-correction though. Some controls for rich text formatting. You don't normally see that, bold, italics, underlines, list support even. Naturally everything will work in landscape mode with the keyboard exposed. There's also a number of different views which I find to be interesting. Say we can go into conversation mode. Maybe it's a little easier this way. You can see there's 3 messages in this conversation. Which is pretty slick. Pretty decent email application. You can see the notification area up top. I've got 8 new messages in this account. 1 new text message. Now you can individually get rid of notices by tapping on the red button there, or if you tap on the main message itself, it brings you into the full account. And here you can see the other AIM account that I set up. Also there's support for Exchange. You can manually configure Yahoo accounts or other AOL Instant Messenger accounts like I have. Good general POP and IMAP support in general, as well as the Exchange support. The coolest view for messaging though is in the messaging application when you go to the universal inbox. This shows everything all mixed together. You see I've got a text message there, I've got direct Twitter messages there, email messages, everything all nice and mixed together, which is pretty cool. So here's the text message. You can see it's a threaded view. And I'll just type in a quick reply. Very nice keyboard. and hit the send button, and off we go.